Quilters, today's show is all about how lucky it is to use the AccuQuilt system.
Stay tuned for plenty of green inspiration.
I'm Pam Heller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert.
And I'm Erica Botker, AccuQuilt's creativity expert.
And I'm Emily Kerr, AccuQuilt's leprechaun, or community engagement specialist.
Welcome to today's trunk show called The Luck of the AccuQuilt System. Today we are covering plenty of projects you can create just in time for St. Patrick's Day and spring.
That's right. And we'll be joined by special guest Ashley Jones, the Designs in Machine Embroidery, or DIME, Event and Education Director. I'm so excited to hear what she's got to say.
Me too. All right, Erica and Emily, we have tons more in store. We have lucky prizes, charming project ideas, and a wealth of inspiration in our trunk shows that Miss Emily will help show off.
I will be. Lucky for me that there are plenty of projects to find around here. I'll be back later with some.
All right.
Well, let's meet Ashley Jones. Now, Ashley's been with DIME since 2014. She has trained thousands of embroiderers to help improve their skills in software and embroidery application. After enjoying a career in IT, she decided to use her technical knowledge to educate machine embroiderers. An expert in all kinds of embroidery software and a specialist in DIME embroidery software, Ashley's a contributor on DIME's software development team.
As a creator of home embroidery products and designs, Ashley enjoys combining the use of die cutters and electronic cutters to aid embroidery projects. Her passion is sharing knowledge with embroiderers to help them be successful. Welcome to the show, Ashley.
There she is. Hello.
How are you?
I'm great, and I'm so excited to be here. I'm excited to share with everybody a little bit about DIME, Designs in Machine Embroidery, if they're not familiar, and combine our two worlds.
I know.
Well, let's kick off with a little bit more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I will share some DIME history to give everybody a little more detail, and then we'll talk about how we're a perfect match. Does that sound good?
Yes, and then we'll talk a little bit about an upcoming event that we're going to have with you. All right, so Ashley, what is DIME all about?
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here. Do you guys see that?
Yes, we do.
Perfect. Okay, so let's start with who DIME is. If we've got any new viewers out there that are unfamiliar, DIME is an embroidery solutions company. That's what we like to call ourselves. We have all of your machine embroidery needs like stabilizers, thread, needles, and even tools that make the process easier, from hooping to placement. And my favorite is the fact that we have easy to use embroidery software. In fact, today we're going to talk about a embroidery program that will take your quilt blocks and transform it into an embroidery file so you can stitch it on your embroidery machine. So I love that. And so do you guys remember the Designs in Machine Embroidery magazine?
I do.
Yes.
I do, a long time ago.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was actually the industry's first machine embroidery magazine for the home embroiderer.
Really?
Isn't that cool?
That's amazing.
Yes, and so that's actually where it all started, was the magazine. So the magazine, or the company, actually was founded by Eileen Roach and Gary Gardner in 1998, and the first magazine issue was published in 1999, and there were over 100 issues. So
wow.
Yeah, lots of great information in the magazine. We really missed that. So now other embroidery solutions came about from Eileen. She developed the first product for the company in 2004 called the Perfect Placement Kit, and it is still going strong today. It was developed to help home embroiderers achieve industry standard placement on commonly embroidered items. And then in 2009, our magnetic hoops were introduced, which revolutionized machine embroidery. They are so much easier to use. It makes hooping, well, a snap. There are snap hoops. So also, believe it or not, Dime has 14 different embroidery software. And
I find
this
that
is my
amazing,
That
Ashley.
is.
That's just amazing.
Yeah, and they're all for embroiderers too. I think people don't realize how many different pieces that we have. They are, different topics like quilting, manipulating your text, freestanding lace. So tons of different embroidery software that make our life easier or give you the ability to do something on your embroidery machine that maybe you didn't think you could do. So I love that. And so prior to the magazine, Eileen's partner Gary actually introduced machine embroidery software to the commercial embroidery industry and then later to the home industry in the 90s. And in 2014, just at the time that I was starting, Dime became the sole distributor for all of these G7 Solutions embroidery software for the home industry. So really, really awesome. And I'm really proud to be part of a company that has such a huge selection of software, because I can't lie, software is my first love. I love to stitch, but man, I could play in the software all day long. Which brings me to this program, guys. So My Block Piecer is an embroidery software program that Dime developed so that you can take a quilt block and the software will automatically generate a stitch file so that you can piece that block in the hoop. It is so simple, but it really does, make the process like perfectly precise. And in fact, as Pam mentioned, we do have a special event that we're going to talk about a little bit later with Dime and AccuQuilt to show you how you can cut your blocks with your AccuQuilt cutter and then piece them in the hoop with your Dime design that's created from this software. And piecing, I can't lie, has never been more precise with these two.
So Ashley, and just for our viewers who are new to this, it's very similar to foundation piecing. We're gonna put our pieces down and we're gonna sew them together in that order, but because AccuQuilt cuts them perfectly, then you're gonna be able to sew them together perfectly. It's just fascinating.
Yeah, it is definitely impressive, and it is just unbelievable how well the two work together. And I do agree. It's like it's precise cutting, but it's also precise stitching. So it's really perfection. Like if you've ever wanted to achieve perfection, like this is definitely the way to do it.
Yeah.
So I am going to show under my camera here just a second the process. If you've never pieced in the hoop, I'll show you that. But I also use this program, and I'll show you how I created this block to use my 8-inch cube to cut my pieces, and I generated a file to create this block that you see here on the screen. And then I also used the Go Shamrock die to put an embroidery
That's
in the
so
center of my block.
cute.
Isn't that so fun? It's a little mug rug.
It is.
Yeah, I made a little trivet, and I even did the attach the backing in the hoop. And I'm all about letting my embroidery machine do all the work. So I'll show the process of piecing in the hoop, and then I'll show them where this block comes from in the software so that we can see exactly that process. So let me get my camera to come up over here. And there we go. And so this block that I have here, you can see that I've already cut it with my AccuQuilt cutter. So I use the 8-inch dies for this one. And so these are the pieces that we're going to piece together. And you can see that my design is numbered. This is a stitch file that our software generates. So just like you said, Pam, foundation piecing, basically when your embroidery machine's doing the work for you.
Which is how it should always be.
Yeah, right. Right, absolutely. I could make a whole quilt just by pushing that button with, you know, all these digits that I've got
Right.
here. So, and so your stabilizer that's in the hoop, think of it as the foundation that you're piecing on. So you can use a tearaway stabilizer to remove it if you'd like, or you could use like a really soft cutaway so that it remains in your block, you know, like we said, like that foundation that you're piecing on. So the way that this works is you'll open the stitch file on your embroidery machine, and then it will stitch this design first. It's your placement guide, and then you just go in number order. So you're going to take piece number 1 and you're going to place it down, and look at that perfect cut from
Look
my
at that.
right. It
Cut
could
off
not
the
even
dog
be
ears.
better.
Yeah.
And so then the next part of the design is actually going to be stitching this down. So it tacks it down, and that's your first piece. And then piece number 2 here, we would put it right sides together. And just like that foundation piecing, the embroidery machine is going to do the work for you. It's going to stitch that seam just like this. And then you're going to flip that piece out. And then when you press the go again on your embroidery machine, the start, it'll tack it down.
Isn't that
So we have
That's
half of our block,
fabulous. Yeah.
right? And so just perfect. And so now we're ready for piece number 3. So the same applies. You'll put right sides together. Look at that perfect fit. And then we've got our seam that the embroidery machine stitches. And then you're going to flip this out.
Look
and
at
then
how cool that
Look at how
is.
cool.
back it down. So, and then you've got one finished block. So I think that this is, you know, it's so fun. Sometimes when you want to do quilting, you really would love to still be playing with your embroidery machine. So it combines the two together. So I will now show you where that block comes from. So let's head over into my block piecer software program. And it's super easy to generate the file. So you first want to choose the block that you want to stitch. And so I'll choose from my library here. And we've got, I'll just scroll down and just kind of show some.
Look
We've
at
got
that.
some
Oh,
basic
yeah.
blocks. But
There's
as
a
we
die
go,
for all of that.
Yes,
actually. Yeah.
indeed.
look, and the list just goes on and on.
Oh
You
my
can
gosh.
do much more complicated blocks than what we're talking about today, but I
Sure.
always like to start with the basics, to
Sure.
kind of give the idea. So I'll go back to this basic category here, and I'm just going to choose this 3 triangle block. So first step is to choose your block. The second step is to set the finished size. So if I was going to use, say, my 8-inch AccuQuilt die, instead of 8 inches, we know we would use 4 of these to make our 8-inch block.
Right.
So I would enter 4. And it's gonna make me a 4-inch finished block. So
Isn't that
depending
super
on
That
what
is super
cube
cool.
size, right? Is that not the easiest resizing
Yes.
ever for your blocks?
Yeah.
So depending on which cube set you're using, you would enter the size. If you're using your 2-inch or your 4-inch cube set, then you would make that a 2-inch and so forth, so on. 3-inch if you're using your 6. And so enter that measurement. And then the next thing, to get the software to generate the file, you simply click this icon for the workflow, and then make sure it's fitting in the hoop, which it is. That's the white area. I click auto build. I want to make sure to sort my numbers so it's in number order for me. And then when I click preview, look at that, guys.
Look at that.
so
Oh, there
easy?
it is.
Just
It's
fabulous.
it's that simple. So when I click save, I will call this my AccuQuilt block here, and then choose your embroidery machine format. And we do save to all embroidery machine format types.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yes. So no matter which brand of embroidery machine you have, we've got a format for you. And then click save after you choose that format, and it creates 3 files for you. And so the one that we are interested in today is the actual stitch file. So if I double click that, it'll open it up here in the
Isn't that
background.
amazing?
Yes.
And there is my stitch file to piece that together. So super easy to do, right?
Oh my gosh, so fun.
And so let me show the one I did for my Shamrock block, and then I'll show my samples underneath. And
Excellent.
so I'm going to create a new page here, And then I'm going to go back to my block library. Now, the block that I used for my Shamrock trivet there was actually a combination of 2 blocks. So it was a combination of this 3 and this half and half here. So if I select the first one and put it on the screen, I'm just going to move that out of the way. And let's grab another one, the other half of my block, because I want to show you how you can actually make your own block by combining these different pieces. So I needed a solid triangle over here.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
It's amazing.
I know. Yeah, this is why I love software, guys. Like, I don't know how anybody ever lives without it. So I can really manipulate pretty much anything.
But
that
you
I
really
want.
know what you're doing too, my dear.
Yes.
Well, I have used this a time or two.
A couple of times.
So that does
yes.
make it easier. But we do offer lots of lessons, and
Yes.
we have tons of education. And it's really the same thing every time. It's those 3 steps. You want to choose the block, which I just made my block by combining 2 blocks. You want to set the size. I need that to be my 4-inch finished because I'm going to need 4 of those for my
Okay.
8-inch. And then the last thing is I build the stitch file. So it's seriously that simple every single
Look at how fun
time.
that was.
How fun, how quick.
Yeah.
Right? And so I actually did this block in 4 pieces. So I'll head over to my camera here and we'll talk about that really quick. And so the way that I do this is I decide, which block I want to make. So like if I go through my lovely pattern book from my AccuQuilt cube set, I can look at the block. And so I wanted to use this block because I knew I wanted to rotate it to have a space for my Shamrock. So I know which dies I'm using. Obviously, for anybody out there that's maybe a dime user that hasn't done much with AccuQuilt, this is how easy their system is. And these ladies will tell you more. But by choosing this block, I'm trying to locate that block in my software is what I'm doing. So as you're flipping through your book, a block that you want to piece, you locate that block in the software, set the size, and then it generates the file. I mean, that's how simple it is.
Fabulous.
So I stitched my blocks here. So I've got 4, and now you can see that my stabilizer's on the back. This actually is a tearaway stabilizer, so I can rip it away if I want. Or you could use, like I said, a cutaway stabilizer. And so I wanted my block to look like this, so I could put my Shamrock in the center. One more turn there. But I have to say I cheated a little bit, guys, because because I can, and I have a hoop that is larger than my 8 inches. I needed it to be larger than 8.5 because of my seams, my seam allowance around the edge. So I actually made a block that my embroidery machine would piece in 1 hooping. I
Wow.
used a larger square in the center, so I actually got this square from my 12-inch die,
Yep.
and then these were from my 8-inch. So it
Yeah.
really is amazing how you can make your software really do what you want it to do. So I pieced this in the hoop, and I even left it in the hoop, guys, and I brought in the embroidery design for the Go Shamrock die, and so I just brought that right in. I didn't even have to take my block out of the hoop. It did
amazing?
the piecing, it did the embroidery. I added the text there, and then I just did this 4-patch where I overlap fabric for my trivet, so I didn't even have to do any stitching after. So this is 4 overlap pieces of fabric that I just turned inside out.
I'm in love.
Yeah.
Isn't that easy?
Fabulous.
And then,
Actually, I'm
of
in love.
course, you can't
And then
just
look at
stop
this.
there.
She
You
has
can't
one
just
more
have
thing.
one Shamrock.
Oh, how
So-
adorable.
So I made this
How
cute little
cute.
towel topper here. And so I used the same exact die and the embroidery design, just as it was. But what I did was I put this in the hoop. I stitched it on a heavy duty water soluble, and I placed the front of the fabric. I did the stitching. And then before it did the satin stitch, I actually backed up and tacked down a piece of fabric on the back and this elastic. I just put a piece of elastic to hold my towel there, and
We
then the
need to make
satin stitch.
100 of those.
You are
Right?
a clever, clever girl.
So clever.
Well, whatever I can do so that my embroidery machine does the work is really what I'm all about. So.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. So,
Yeah, so here you can see I just stitched
that.
that all in one hooping. I put the backing on, let my embroidery machine even do that sewing for me.
That is so
and then I've got
fun.
my cute little set. So,
Good
and
golly.
then for the Shamrock towel topper. It looks like it's floating because I'm using a heavy duty water soluble stabilizer that's a really
Oh,
thick
sure.
plastic film, and
Yeah.
so it rips away cleanly from the edges. And then you can see the back of my design there where before I did that satin stitch, I did the back of the shamrock. I just basically did another cut, but I did it mirror image. So I flipped my fabric upside down and made sure I had the mirror image of the shamrock, and then my elastic there, and I just backed up one stitch and I let it do the tack down from the very beginning again, and that allowed me to trim away my my elastic. And then when the satin stitch starts to stitch from the front, then it is it's perfect. So
We're
can't,
totally stealing that idea, by the way.
Oh, yeah, totally.
totally, it's all yours. It's all yours. So so yeah, I hope that everybody likes that. And so but yeah, it was really fun to do. So
Now, as we talked about, Ashley, I was on your show. We did it back in November, I think it was. But we have a Dime event coming up on March 10th. So what can viewers expect from that show?
well, I'm glad you asked, Pam. So I have a little highlight reel so that you can see a past event, just some clips, and you'll see exactly where to go to register for that event. So so let's take a look at this
There we
highlight
go.
reel.
Watch this.
Should I talk?
That one's cute. Oh, Ashley, that was so fun.
Yes.
Okay, now our viewers, we didn't have the sound on there, so it's okay. Just be sure to register at AccuQuilt.com/events for that March 10th show. It's going to be a great time.
It is. It looks like it'll just be fabulous. Well,
Right, and notice, quilters, that the time is 3 p.m. Central
Yes.
Time. Normally we have things at noon Central Time. But
Yes.
on March 10th, it's at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
great point. Oh, Ashley, thank you so much for joining us today. It was
Yeah.
delightful to have you back again and see the magic that you create.
Well, I appreciate you guys being here. And I just wanted to say to all of the fans and followers out there, if you join the event on March 10th, it is on Dime's platform. So it looks a little bit different than what you see here at AccuQuilt. But we'll take good care of them, right, Pam?
They will.
They will.
All right, thanks, Ashley. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Bye-bye.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thank you guys. Bye.
Okay, just go home and do that, right?
Wow.
So
Wow.
quilters, the concept of piecing quilt blocks in the hoop with an embroidery machine is so fascinating. But it's made so much simpler by using the cube system. Now, if you're not familiar with Argo Mix and Match Cube, we have 7 sets of 8 geometric dies that work together to make over 72 mix and match patterns.
Think about it as lucky 7. So let's take a look at exactly how that works. So she was talking about the 8-inch cube.
Right, and we're just going to show our little pieces.
We've
but
got our
here's the-
pieces, yes.
Here's the sample of our 8-inch cube. So remember, Ashley talked about how the cube is a 4-patch.
That's right.
Right,
So
and-
here is our first shape, that's shape number 1. It's a large square, and you can see, remember seam allowances.
Right.
This is our shape number 1, and everything in the cube is going to relate back to the shape number 1 square.
Now, shape number 2 in every cube are smaller squares. So 4 of these go together to equal shape number 1,
So there we go.
right? Shape number 3 in every single cube are my all-time favorite shape. This is half square triangle. And what's important, Erica, to talk about when we talk about triangles?
You know, with triangles, they're the building block. They're
Right.
the basics. But what we do that makes the dies, quite frankly, a little bit magical is that we cut off the dog ears. And we've included your 1/4-inch seam allowance
Right.
in all of our piecing pieces. So when you cut these out and sew them together, you are done. You do not have little bunny ears to go back and trim off.
Right.
And you do not have to do any trimming. It is perfect and you're ready to go.
Shape number 4 in every cube are 1/4 square triangles. So just like the half square triangles, we've cut off the dog ears. We had that perfect 1/4-inch seam.
And 4 of them together is going to equal one of our friend shape number 1.
So we put 2 dies together here. Erica, do you want to talk about them?
So this is 2. This is what we call our square on point. And yes, it is just a normal square, but the math has been done so that when you add 1 each of our small half square triangles, which is shape number 5, to the sides, it creates a unit that is the same size as shape number 1.
Now, shape number 7 in every cube are parallelograms, and I have to say I've never cut parallelograms with a rotary cutter. I wouldn't know how to do it.
That's right.
And there's a die for that.
There is a die for that. And the thing is, this is a directional shape.
Yes.
So when you're working with parallelograms, you always want to pay attention to whether you want them all going the same way, whether you want opposites, and that's how you're going to cut. And remember, these triangles that we use with our square on point, they're going to work with our parallelogram as well.
And if you want to know how big that parallelogram is when it's finished, oh wait, there's rectangles. So
That's
you know
right.
exactly the size.
And again, 2 of these units or 2 of our rectangle units, they're the same size, put together is going to equal the same as 1 of shape number 1.
Quilters, no luck needed with the cubes. Your pieces will not only be cut quickly, 90% faster than rotary cutting, but they will be perfect as well. And luckily for those ambitious quilters who want to do it all, we have 2 companion sets that go with these original 8 shapes. The Go Cube Companions corners and angles. Add 4 more dies in each section.
That's right. So that's going to bring your lucky number up to 216. That's the minimum number of blocks that you can make when you've got all 3 in any of the same size.
It's just magic.
Yes.
And speaking of magic and luck,
Yes.
wouldn't it be lucky if a leprechaun would show up with some quilt samples?
Oh. Now, I have heard, legend says,
Legend says.
that there is a spell you can use to summon a leprechaun. Now, we need a special leprechaun. We need a quilting leprechaun.
Yeah, we don't need just any old leprechaun.
Not just any old leprechaun, because they might not bring quilts. So
do you have a
let's-
little-
I got a little something.
A little ditty.
Let's try it out, okay?
Okay.
Oh, leprechaun, leprechaun, I call unto thee, ride the rainbow of quilting joy across the AccuQuilt green sea. Oh, leprechaun, leprechaun, appear with projects for me.
Oh, you're looking for my quilt, are you? Well, I've brought you a pillow instead.
Oh my goodness.
Goodness.
The Go Shamrock Swirl Pillow by Melanie Cole from a bit of scrap stuff. She used Riley Blake designs.
Oh my
This
goodness.
is
Well,
fabulous.
fabulous one that you summoned a leprechaun.
Yes.
And this is a super cute pillow that Melanie Call made.
Yes.
So these are our companions. It's angles and corners. So here's that signature block. and
Right.
shape number 5. But in the center, Erica, what do we have?
Well, we have a shamrock.
There is a die for that, right?
There is.
And I love the colors of this, and it's fabulous. Now, this is a really great template for a pillow.
Yes.
You could make it any color way. You could add flowers for spring or pumpkins for Halloween. But leprechaun, could you turn it around so we could see the back?
Most certainly.
Because Melanie put a zipper.
Oh, clever girl.
Clever girl. So you could just change it out whenever you want.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
That's
All right,
fabulous.
do you have more to share?
I have some more to share.
Oh, there we go.
So this is our Go Lucky Shamrock table topper.
Oh, how
fabulous.
That my leprechaun.
lovely. Why, certainly.
So this I love because, again, this is using our cube, right?
Right. So here are squares and half square triangles. This is the signature block from,
Oh, it's the
or
trapezoid.
the trapezoid, sorry, from the companion set corners. Now you could make this in any size cube.
Yes.
You could use 4 all the way up to 12, depending on how big or small you wanted it to be.
And the quilting on this, I have to say, is absolutely adorable.
Lovely.
Look at the cute little shamrocks.
Shamrocks and hearts.
Look at how fun that is.
Perfect.
All right, Leprechaun, I'll take this from you, and I think Erica has some more.
I do. I've got one more, and I've got one that each of you can hold if you'd
yes.
like.
Oh,
there
thank
you go.
These are the Go Lucky Charm placemats by our good friend Marianne Fontana of Fontana Originals. Okay, so Erica, this is also one of those perfect templates, right?
It really is. So again, we're using our cube. We're using those basic half square triangles.
Square triangles for days.
Build this fun design, and then the corners she's filled with the shamrock,
Right.
of course. But again, you could use flowers, hearts,
Stars for the
moons,
4th of July.
stars. You could use bunnies or baskets or chicks or so many different things.
Really cute. And this one you only use half square triangles, which I think is
Yes.
fabulous.
Wonderful.
Awesome. All right, so Miss Leprechaun, do you have any other projects that you could share with us today?
Well, as you seem to appreciate quilts, I'll see what I can do. I'll be back.
Well,
Oh, but I expect payment for my works. Thank you very much.
you never know with leprechauns.
You never
how
know.
much money you need to get
And
them.
I am still impressed that we managed to actually summon a quilting leprechaun for today's show.
All of you watching, that's how you do it. All right, it certainly was lucky, and I'm sure the first lucky winner of $100 in AccuQuilt reward points will be happy that they registered for today's show.
Oh, I bet they'll be glad that luck is on their side. Now, the lucky registered viewer winning $100 in AccuQuilt reward points is, a bit of luck, please, Margaret M. from Tyrone, Georgia.
Congratulations.
Margaret. Happy shopping. All right, quilters, luck can be on everyone's side because we have the Go Shamrock die, which is just perfect for adding a touch of the green to any project.
All right, it's true. And there are tons of fun projects that you can make with this die.
Yes.
So it's obviously it's just our shamrock, but you could use all sorts of things to cut on it. Craft foam and felt and cotton, all of those things
Yes.
you can cut with this.
Yes, and I think we should cut some craft foam just so that we can show everybody how that works.
So I have a little
I
green,
said you found green glittery craft foam.
green glittery craft foam.
Who doesn't need a green glittery, there we go,
Right.
craft foam shamrock?
So normally we worry about lengthwise green, but here with our craft foam, we don't.
don't.
So I'm just gonna lay my craft foam over the shape. Now, Erica, I only ever cut one layer at a time,
Me as well.
all right?
Okay.
And this is on a 6x6 die board. It's gonna fit through all of our Go cutters, including that Go
That's
Me.
right.
Which I think is so perfect for crafters.
Yes.
Like if you're new to AccuQuilt and you're thinking, oh, I'm kind of a crafter, what should I get? That Go Me is perfect. Now watch
It
this.
is. Now, how magical is that?
Yes. Here.
Think how quickly you can make craft projects, bulletin boards, all kinds of things.
I love this. And we for sure should cut more. But let's cut some cotton as well.
Yes.
So I'm going to take my little iron and pressing mat. Hey, we have these on the website.
Yes, we do. And the irons, too.
Right. So this is just some scrap fabric that we have.
Yep.
And we're just going to add the fusible to the back of the fabric. Here's my pro tip.
I know what it's going to
The
be.
sticky side goes down. Just the other day, I ironed on the wrong side.
So easy to do.
I
And
was-
then
I-
it is really rather messy, isn't it?
Well, it made me so cranky. Okay, so we just want to press it down so that that fusible stays. And then once we add fusible quilters, we don't have to worry about lengthwise grain.
That's right.
Anymore.
That's
because
right.
the stabilizer is going to keep the fabric stable. And
that? No.
yeah, you could do it. I have to maneuver it just a little bit. And we also sell a variety of stabilizers on our website.
We do.
So today, if you're getting that Shamrock die, make sure you grab some
Grab
stabilizer.
some stabilizer,
Throw it in her.
mats, all the good stuff.
So again, we can cut 4 layers of pre-fused fabric. You have to count that stabilizer as a half a layer of fabric.
That's right.
Now we're gonna give it some love. We're gonna slide, don't lift.
Oh my goodness, it is perfect.
Look at our
that.
cute little shamrocks
Look
for
at that.
days.
And with such perfectly cut shapes, you can see how quick and easy it is. You can make and embellish so many projects. You can embellish pre-made objects like towels, aprons. You can make quilts.
We need to make that towel topper that Ashley made.
Totally need to make the towel
So-
topper that Ashley made because
Yeah.
that was genius.
Right.
Put it on gift bags, on cards. You can
Oh, yeah.
put it on apparel, t-shirts, patch a pair of jeans with it. You can do so many things with it.
I love it. Now we have another die that is full of good luck, and that's the Go Western Medley die.
Yep.
And it has the horse. Okay, we're not going to show you this today, but we have an embroidery file for purchase on our website that turns the horse into a unicorn.
In keeping with the magical theme of today, of course.
It has our horseshoe and our boot.
Yes.
There's a snake in our boot. So let's cut some horseshoes because we have gold glitter
Because
craft
we
foam.
must use the gold glitter
Yes,
craft
I
foam
was
because
so
it was
excited.
too fun.
I was so excited to get it. So I'm just going to cover the shape.
Right.
Remember, Erica, it's only going to cut where there's fabric and a mat.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So I'm going to just put it here. Again, our Western Medley is on a 6x12 die board. It also will fit through our Go Fabric Cutter. In fact, 70% of our dies are going to fit through that Go Me.
There we go. Now we've got our horseshoe. And keep it up because we don't want the luck to run out.
Look at how fun that is. Now, I wonder if we can get our quilting leprechaun back with some more samples. I mean, we did pay her after all.
We did, but I think maybe we might need to sweeten the pot a little bit for
there we
this
go.
time.
Oh, and look, here she comes.
Looks like your luck is holding up. Here I am, and with some more samples to
Ooh.
share. Well, first we have the Go Luck of the Irish Wreath by Marianne Fontana of Fontana Originals.
Isn't this super cute? So, Erica, we were talking, this
We
is
were.
a no-sew project.
Yep.
If you have a hot glue gun and a shamrock die, you can make
You can make this. This is so fun. It's got craft foam and felt and a bow. I mean, it's super simple.
And-
you can absolutely decorate the front of your house in a snap.
And listen, spring break is coming up.
Yes.
Make sure those little people have stuff to do.
Yes, indeed. They need things. They need jobs.
They do. So next
need
is our
jobs.
Go Holding Horseshoes quilt by our good friend Amanda Harwood of Larkspur Quilts. And Amanda made this super cute quilt. So we always talk about the shapes in the cube. We have big squares and little squares. So we use the smaller square, well, Amanda did, that finished to 2 inches.
Right.
So 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6.
So that's out of our 8-inch cube.
Right? And then what did she use here from the 12-inch cube, Erica?
She jumped to our 12-inch cube and she used here's our square on point again,
Yeah.
and the small half-square triangles on the side, which gave her just the right amount of space here for an applique.
Right.
And she's used our horseshoes, but you know what? When she made this, we didn't have a shamrock die
didn't.
yet, did we?
No, so she used the hearts from the heart die to make her little 4-leaf clovers.
Isn't that perfect?
So darling. All right, Ty, we'll take this. Oh, show the back fabric.
Right, definitely. It's just beautiful.
Look at how cute
Fun
this
quilting,
is.
but that is fun fabric as well.
Absolutely.
Now I think there's one more over here. Let's make sure we've got, we got to have it pointing the right direction.
listen, we have no luck.
Got it.
Definitely. Thank you very much.
That's right. We don't want to lose our luck. Now here is the Treasures of Gold wall hanging. This is by Amanda Harwood of Larkspur Quilt. She's used Timeless Treasures fabric, and it's very similar in design to what we
Yes.
just looked at.
And then Amanda had that lovely little shamrock die
Yes.
to add to it. But talk about up here in the corner, because this is
To
brilliant.
me, what makes this quilt, this wall hanging, is the border treatment
Yeah.
and the little gingham look square
little-
up in the corner.
The little 9 patch in the corner.
A little 9 patch. And you know what? There is a die for that because strip dies for the win, right?
18 of them.
Yes. 18 different ones. This one is the 1.5 inch that's going to finish at 1 inch.
Yeah.
It's going to make it super simple, and you can use that same die to make your 4-patch or your 9-patch.
Oh my gosh, I just think and look at the back, it's so springy. Just so pretty.
So fun.
Daisies.
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 Well, thank you to our quilting leprechaun. Do you think maybe you could find some more?
I think I have enough luck on my side to do so.
Oh,
All right, well, she's off finding more projects for us to showcase. We have a question for you, quilters. Since today's show is all about the luck of the AccuQuilt system, we want to know, what is your lucky charm?
that's right. Let us know in the comments wherever you stream our show.
Just type them in, we're gonna read them. Okay, so I had to think about this for a minute, but I actually have a really fun lucky charm. When I first started traveling 7 years ago, I packed my first suitcase, and I
Yes.
got to my hotel and I opened it up to unpack, and there was a tiny, tiny little sock. That was Oakley, my granddaughter Oakley's sock, because I often did laundry to help Taylor, and there it had stuck to some of my clothes. And since that day, every time I travel, I take Oakley's sock.
Oh, that is so sweet.
It just reminds me of what I get to come home to and how lucky I am and all of those things.
That
How
is
about
so,
you?
Well, I was thinking about it, and I wasn't sure I had one, but I have a coin that I got. It's a British coin from my last
yeah?
trip to Great Britain, and I keep that on my dresser. And so
There you go.
I'm going to call that my lucky charm.
Yeah, there, I love it. All right.
Now, while everyone is telling us about their lucky charms, we should give away another $100 in AccuQuilt reward points to thank another lucky registered viewer for coming to today's show.
I like the way you think. The second lucky winner of a registered viewer winning $100 in AccuQuilt reward points is a bit of magic, please. Joanne M. from, get this, Erica, Hoppers Crossing, Victoria, Australia.
Congratulations.
How many time it is in Australia?
I don't know. Late?
It's late.
Late.
It's late. It's jammy time in
That's
Australia.
right. That's right. Now, the winners of today's show could use those points towards some embroidery designs because this is the last day of National Embroidery Month.
They could. AccuQuilt has free downloadable embroidery designs you can use to finish off your applique shapes. Like for the Go Lucky Shamrock die, there are 3 different stitches, a satin stitch,
Right.
a blanket stitch, and a motif stitch. But we have some super fun and really creative embroidery designs as well that are for purchase at AccuQuilt.com. Wait till you see them. Erica, where are they?
Pam, I don't know. I swear they were here right before the show.
Oh, they were, because we talked about
we
them.
had them, and there's so many of them.
Wait, you don't think?
No. Well, maybe?
All right, do your little leprechaun magic. Let's see if we bring her back.
Leprechaun, leprechaun, I call unto thee. Ride the rainbow of quilting joy across the AccuQuilt green sea. Bring us embroidery as quick as can be.
Oh, were you looking for some embroidery projects to share?
We
here?
were.
Well, I saw something that looked just like a picture of me granda. So here you go.
All right.
Woohoo. And we have some other little leprechauns with some questions.
Oh, excellent.
All right.
Oh,
All right. Put that
I-
aside.
yes.
Little something for your troubles.
I'm very much appreciated. Thank you very much.
All right, let's take a look at this embroidery now that we have it back again.
All right. So first, okay, I love this. These are from our good friends at V-Stitch. So this is called the Go Irish Gnome with the top hat embroidery by V-Stitch.
Yes.
And everything about this is fun because he's like
Look at all the little
shamrocks for days, and the little belt with gold.
Oh,
He's
it's so cute.
So cute.
All right, so we've got another one. Oh, this is also adorable. This is the Go Irish Cupcake embroidery. Again, this is by V-Stitch, and we've got shamrocks, we've got little gold coins, and it's got the little brim right there.
just think it's
Or belt.
fabulous.
Again, it is adorable.
Now, these are from our good friends at Specialty Designs. So this is our, look at our leprechaun owl.
Isn't this so
Isn't this
cute?
hilarious?
Now, we all know that we can make all kinds of different animals
Yes.
with our owl dye,
Yes,
but
we
who
can.
knew we could make a leprechaun?
Who knew? Oh, well, apparently people at Specialty.
Apparently, Specialty Designs did.
Okay, and this one is actually one of my favorites. So this is the horseshoe, and obviously
Yes.
we have the four-leaf clover. But look, there is a ladybug.
Which is a sign for good luck.
Yeah, I just think it's fabulous.
We love this one.
All right, here is the Go Lucky Shamrock embroidery design. Again, shamrocks looking like leprechauns. Little bow ties from the
Little
cookie
bow tie,
decorations.
yes,
And-
holiday accessories
Yes.
for the hat. And I love this because I think it's very whimsical. This would be really cute for a little T-shirt or a sweatshirt
Yes.
for the kids for school on St. Patrick's Day.
Okay, this is for the win.
Oh, yes.
Look at this. So these are our 2-inch alphabet, and the gnome. The gnome has no body.
It's just the beard. How cute
It's
is
so
that?
cute.
Because it's a leprechaun,
it's
and he's a wee little leprechaun.
He is a wee little leprechaun. So these are from our good friends at Specialty Designs.
And then the 2-inch classic alphabet
Yeah,
for the letters.
I just think it's
love
great.
that. All right, now I think I see even more in there. It
do.
looks like the leprechaun included a lot of spring and Easter embroidery designs. Now we've got some on top here from V-Stitch Designs. This is the Go Bunny Cupcake. Okay, how cute is this?
I about lost my quilting mind. I just thought that was so cute.
It is
With a little
adorable.
I wonder if it's carrot cake, cupcake.
Well, it can be.
It can be.
If you make it, it can be
It
anything
can
you
be.
want.
Look at this.
Look at that.
Okay, and these are small houses from Reiko Keiko.
Yes.
And look, it's a perfect little church with flowers out front.
That's right. It's the Go Country Church embroidery. Again, this is a V-stitch design.
Yep.
And super cute. This would be wonderful to have if you're doing hosting for Easter. You could put
Yes.
this on a table runner
Or towels.
towels, all kinds of things.
All right. Okay, listen.
Oh, it is
The
springtime.
gnome.
Look.
He is the gardening gnome. Okay, so we have the zookeeper gnome, and we have the gardening gnome, and
Barista Joe.
Barista Joe. This one is so sweet with the bees and the birds and the birdhouse.
And there's a little heart.
I do love this one.
I just love this. This is
This would be
super
so
sweet.
great for a gift. You know, if you have a friend that's a big gardener, you could
just a
put
little-
it on a tote bag and fill it with, you know, gardening tools.
Oh, what a
and
good idea.
seeds and-
Even for like a shower gift or something.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, I have to love the next one because it's mine. This is the Pam's pickup. I don't know what it's really called. What's it called?
It's called the Go Pickup.
Oh yeah, or it's in my life it's Pam pickup. But look, it is the flower market.
Isn't that
And
cute?
just full of flowers, and this one makes me so happy.
It does.
And
It does.
while we're talking about happiness, so you can have flowers, or these are the eggs from the spring medley.
And this is the Easter
chicks.
truck.
They're chicks.
Look, there's even little carrots
And
jelly,
eggs.
little eggs on
Yeah.
the wheels. Oh
Jelly
my
bellies.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
I know.
This
I'm
is
just
so
gonna be
cute.
doing it. Okay,
Oh.
now while those are all making your heart happy, this one makes me so happy.
Rainy day
This is the rainy day gnome. Every day in Seattle.
Every day in Seattle,
Every day
you
in
need
Seattle.
I feel
Little
like I
rubber
was a
duck.
rainy day
Yep.
gnome every day in
But
Seattle.
look at how cute with the stars and the rain.
Little anchor.
The little anchor so he
I
doesn't.
hope you don't need that.
Yeah, one would hope. All right, and some
What else
more
have we got?
I'm just having a happy time over
I
here.
know, they're so fun.
So here is this. This one is super cute. This would be perfect for like a baby shower.
Oh, gosh,
Right?
yes. This is the Go Gnome with balloons embroidery. This is the little heart from the cookie decorations. But
Yes.
you're right, this would be perfect for baby shower. What a cute baby shower
Yeah.
theme.
All right, and speaking of gnomes,
Oh,
this is for Erica.
this
Erica
is
has the
Go
sewing
reading
gnome, but this is the reading gnome with fairy tales and history.
Fish and history.
And thank you to V-Stitch for not making that math,
yes.
right? Because
yes.
otherwise
She
you and I
thought of
could
us.
not do
And
that.
it says, shh. I love that.
So cute. And more cupcakes for days because we can. This is the spring cupcake.
That's right. And
Right.
this is using the flower. It is so cute. I love the little the little embellishment of the ribbon around it,
Yep.
and the detail in
Yes.
the base of the cupcake.
So today, shoppers, while you're shopping, add some of these dies to your collection.
Oh.
Okay, this one is so cute. This is the spring wreath embroidery by V-Stitch Designs. And look, we have flower petals
Yes.
and
Little leaves, little
circles,
flowers,
yes.
little twigs. This one is so sweet. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, this would be, what am I going to do with this? Because this is just so sweet. I feel like you have to do something with it. But we were talking about baby shower. Think about this,
Yes.
using these on a quilt, alternating with some piece blocks for a little
That would
baby
be
girl.
All right, so we're gonna hustle because we're getting
yes.
to our end here. So these are tulips with stems, and we have all different kinds of these here.
Yes.
Look at how pretty. So this would make a beautiful table runner all by itself.
I love seeing
And
the tulip
Yes.
die being used like
Yes.
this.
And then if
Super
you had
fun.
blocks between that were patterned with flowers.
Absolutely.
And our last one, thank you. Here's our Happy Easter baskets. These are from Specialty Designs.
My goodness, we've got so many. Okay, I need to
Here,
clear
here, I
some
can put 'em right
space.
here.
Okay, put those in the basket. This is the Happy Easter. We've got the basket and the eggs. Again, that's going to be from that Easter medley.
And a quilting chick.
Okay.
There we go.
There we
with our
go.
little spring medley die. And the bow from the cookie decorations.
We resemble that.
We do. And look at how cute this basket is. With,
Love the basket with the carrots and the bunny.
and this is the floral camper with our camper die. We haven't talked about our camper
We
die in a hot
haven't.
minute. And
We
this one is
haven't.
super cute, and it says Happy Camper.
It does. It's adorable.
Okay, and the last one, our caterpillar. He's so cute. Just circles for days. Hey, good, shout out to Alyssa who discovered that we have 15 dies that have circles on them.
Yes, yes.
All right.
All right. I don't know about you, but I am a wee bit exhausted from thinking about all the projects that we can make.
Yes.
So,
did you have a question
yes,
real quick?
Yes, we did.
Oh, wait, before you do. My brain is on overload, but what a way to end National Embroidery Month.
Yes, it is truly a grand finale.
Okay.
Okay, we want to remind everybody that videos, so if you want to go back and watch and see all of these great designs again, our videos live on. They live on our Facebook page, on our YouTube channel, and of course on our website as well. Now, we had some questions.
Does the embroidery software work on all machines? If you have an embroidery
Yes.
machine, the answer is yes.
Yes, she said that we've got
Yes.
all the formats.
Yes.
Can the magnetic hoops be used on a brother machine? You know what?
Join us March 10th at 3 p.m. and we'll know.
That's right. Do you tape the pieces down prior to stitching? Did
No.
you do that? No.
It's just like foundation piecing. You just put
Okay.
right sides together and it stitches.
Can you do two at a time? I'm going to say that would probably depend on the size of your hoop.
Yes.
You probably could program it that
Because
way.
Ashley did, remember?
Yeah, she
too.
did. She said she did that whole one.
Yeah.
And does the software work with Block-Base Plus?
It's different.
It is
animals.
different. So, and Block-Base Plus is, yeah, they
Yeah.
are different.
Yeah.
They're going to be two different programs.
But
so.
those are great questions. So register for the event
Yes.
March 10th, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm not sure if I know how to get here at 3 o'clock.
I don't. No, and I don't know if I'll even remember to watch you.
There you go.
Okay, so here is some fabulous fabric that
Oh my gosh.
two of you are going to be in luck and win one of these bundles. This is from Robert Kaufman, and this is just classic fun. And we talked about, you know, some of those patterns that we had that could be used for any time of the year.
And
These
this is the complete collection
are
of
fabrics.
Daisy's red work. It is
Yes.
the complete collection. And fat quarters, but here in the end, it's a fat quarter.
Oh,
But we're going to give it away.
nice.
So the first winner of this beautiful Robert Kaufman fabric selection is a bit of magic, please. Gordia P. of Redden, Georgia.
Congratulations.
I love that.
I do too. Red and white is such a classic quilting combination. The second winner of a selection of fabric is a bit of magic, please. It's Debbie V from Bay Point, California. Congratulations.
Huge shout out to Robert Kaufman for sponsoring today's show. I can only imagine how lucky our viewers will be to make some fun projects.
Absolutely.
All right.
So we should be getting going. Let's see. We had
Oh,
some questions.
AccuQuilt, the dyes are accurate. Your two-toned foam keeps fingers safe from harm. Between the cubes, the strip dyes, bobs, and applique. Oh, AccuQuilt, you are my lucky charm.
Oh, that was
I
fabulous.
think we have to give credit to Alyssa for, or did you write
Was
the?
I?
It was you who wrote the whole thing.
Oh, 'twas the leprechaun.
There you go.
There's the leprechaun. And look what I found at the end of the quilting rainbow.
See what you got
Let's
here.
see.
Oh my goodness, it's just beautiful.
Oh, this is
Ooh.
beautiful. It's called the Go Celtic Quilt, Quilted Blessing Throw Quilt. Very good friend Anita Amador. And Anita used our Tree of Life block, turned it on point, and then what is this, Erica?
That's the Lemoyne Star, and she's
Oh,
built it
fabulous.
out with some borders so that it would be the right size to work with the Tree of Life, and then she's quilted it with little Celtic knots. It's fabulous.
And
I love everything about this.
And flange binding for the win.
Our favorite.
She gets extra for that.
Absolutely.
And then show the back because this is beautiful. You can
Yes,
see.
the beautiful Celtic knots.
Yeah, so pretty.
Beautiful. And then I believe back here, we have the Go Luck of the Irish Chain Throw Quilt by Marianne. Oh,
right
I'm
here.
so
No.
sorry. Oh, I'm
Right
so
here.
sorry. Your leprechaun's a little
Thinking
ahead
ahead
of
here,
myself.
thinking
Hi.
ahead.
I don't know. Can we trust the leprechaun?
I know. Get what you pay for in life. This is that very similar to Amanda Harwood.
Yes.
So I love the 9-patch with the blocks in the center, and then instead of doing a square and a square, she just did a square from the 12-inch cube.
And again, this is a fantastic base pattern.
Right.
Think about adding embroidery or different applique shapes to the center.
There we go. Thank you, Miss Leprechaun.
All right,
Lovely.
my leprechaun. Now, the Go Twist of Fate throw quilt behind us is by Amanda, sorry about that, Harwood of Larkspur Quilts.
Okay, and I love everything about this because I love the two-tone gold chain.
Yes.
And then how she made that square in a square in a
Yes.
square, right?
Yes.
Now, Leprechaun, here's a little quiz for you. What dye did we use to make that chain?
Oh, that beautiful plated block die.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
It's a bob, don't you know?
Yes. and that means all the pieces are on one die board.
That's right. When we talk about bobs, all the shapes you need to make that block on one by die board. Now, I think we have one more
do.
lucky quilt, and this one is super cute. This is called the Go Ladybugs Wall Hanging by Susie Webster of Webster Quilts. And this is a new pattern, and I just went ballistic over it. I thought it was
Yes,
so cute.
isn't this the cutest thing?
So she used our big circles from the Go Big Circle die, and then just smaller circles here, and just did a cutout.
Yes.
And then just did raw edge quilting. You know, you don't have to have an embroidery
No,
machine
no,
to use our
absolutely
applique
not.
shapes. And then just circles for days.
And classic Bishop's fan quilting, but
Yes.
just kind of like a rainbow.
And you could totally make this into a table topper. You could make it on a tote bag. All the lucky things.
All the lucky things.
You could even see the ladybugs on the back side as well. She colored the stitching just to see it. Isn't
Look
it
at how pretty
lovely?
that is.
That's fabulous.
Quilters, all these patterns are available as free downloads on the AccuQuilt website. So be sure to download your patterns before all of your dies arrive so you'll be ready to go.
Well, thank you for all of your help today, Leprechaun. Are you taking any of our projects with you to add to your pot of gold?
I think I will, and I think I'll be taking the ladybugs as well. Thank you very much.
All right, Quilters, earlier in the show, we asked what your lucky charm is.
That's right.
So now it's time to hear your responses. Okay, Lori uses hummingbirds.
Oh, I love that.
That's so pretty.
Okay, Linda M for the win. It's her Irish husband.
She does. Susan E has the Celtic knot.
Yes. Terry K says her 5 grandchildren.
That's
Okay, that
lovely.
touches my heart.
Rosa F has a 1918 silver dollar.
Ooh.
I think that's cool.
Dambra C says she has a turquoise ring.
Oh, this will be, all the quilters can relate to this. Patricia B has a lime green seam ripper.
Okay,
think
that's
that's
pretty
fun.
fabulous. Alyssa N says an Eye of Ra tattoo.
Yes, those are very full of luck.
Yes.
And Kathleen S has a stuffed teddy bear.
Maggie Z has a silver acorn.
Oh, I bet that's
that.
pretty.
Yes.
And Debbie P, her lucky charm is a daisy.
Maureen T says it's her mother's necklace. I love that.
Okay, this is great. Marilyn B says when it comes to AccuQuilt, her credit card is her lucky charm. Thank you, Marilyn
I
B.
think that applies to all quilters everywhere.
All right, quilters, we have a lucky tip for you today. Be sure you're signed into our special text message because tomorrow we are sharing a secret, but only by text. You can find the link at the bottom of the page at AccuQuilt.com.
And quilters, your luck is still going. We have tons of deals available for you on our website. You'll think you've struck gold.
We do. To get your order in, open a new tab, type in AccuQuilt.com/party to go to the site to see the offers and place your orders.
Don't forget, today is the last day to get that 15% off machine embroidery designs in honor of National Embroidery Month. And it's also the last day to get our die to try of the month, the Go Llama.
The Go Llama die, limited quantities left.
Yes.
It is the last day. All right, quilters, while we shared a few of our embroidery designs, don't forget we still have hundreds more on our website that you're sure to feel lucky to find.
All right, we will see you next time,
Yes.
everyone.
Thanks for watching our show. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and look for live events every Tuesday and Wednesday.
You can visit the events page on AccuQuilt's website for more details on upcoming shows. And while you're there, check out the blog for tips, tricks, tutorials, and inspiration galore.
And remember, at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time
so you can quilt more. Don't forget to check out our events page to register for upcoming events. Registering for each event means that you're entered to win a door prize that we'll give away during the show.
Be sure to join me every Wednesday at 12 noon Central Time for AccuQuilt Live. We have tons of fun. Tomorrow, the lovely Erica and I will continue the Go Stars in the Crown Throw Quilt along to start assembling our quilt top.
Can't wait. And join us every Tuesday at 12 noon Central Time for launch parties and more trunk shows like the one we had today. These events are filled with tips, tricks, and inspiration. Next time, we'll be launching March's Die to Try series die. We hope to see you there.